He's not even 30.
Die.
And he can do all of this.
Winner of the International Critics Prize and the Best Actor Award at the Un Certain Regard section of the Cannes Film Festival this year, it's Harris Dickinson's directorial debut, Urchin.
Yes, this is Art House Tuesday on a Friday for you, but this weekend is so jammed that we're getting to things when we can. So this is one we definitely wanted to make sure that we talked about. Harris Dickinson's directorial debut. He wrote and directed this. So he's got a little small part in it too.
Yeah.
My hostel is kicking me out, and I'm a little bit confused as to where I'm supposed to go from here.
Mike, how are you feeling right now?
So this is about a guy named Mike. He's played by Frank Dillane. When we first see him, he is literally lying in the gutter. And he is an addict and he is homeless. And there's a real verite kind of neo-realist style from the very beginning here that is very intimate and very bracing. And the film follows Mike as he tries to get his act together, basically, and the highs and lows of that. He is an addict. And he's very charming, though, in a way that addicts can be. You know, there's a narcissism about addiction, but, you know, you can turn it on to get what you want.
Right.
And that's what he's really, really good at. And so you can see why people would be willing to try to help him, because there's that spark of something in there that's like, okay, this is workable. We can work with this and they can make your life better and let me help you do that. But that doesn't always turn out all that great. So it's how he works random jobs and finds a little apartment and gets in a relationship with a woman that he meets while picking up trash. She's played by Megan Northam, who was in a movie called Meanwhile on Earth recently. And there's just a real, like, a honesty about this, like a really understated kind of like old school Mike Lee, Ken Loach style.
Yeah.
Like this is, you almost feel like Harris Dickinson must have been hiding like behind trash cans and in bushes to get Frank Dillane out among people, because the peripheral figures all feel like real people, and
Right.
as if Frank Dillane were just dropped into the middle of them and is improvising. And so there's a real intimacy to that. And it's just a great performance in a rich sense of place in a London that doesn't really want to help him. And can he get out of his own way to help himself? And so I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the honesty of it. And I enjoyed the kind of, there's these kind of fantasy sequences where we go inside. I'm assuming what is his mind, you know, they don't spell it out, which I like a lot, as far as explaining when his mind goes somewhere, and we see these kind of like abstract, you know, bursts of color, and there's a real departure from the gritty realism of the day-to-day.
Yeah, there's some views of nature that are clearly like his happy place, you know.
Yeah, but no one spells that out for you. No one ever articulates what that means, and I like that, and I like the boldness of that shift from an aesthetic perspective. So I thought this was great, and just a really, really auspicious beginning for him. And you can see that, you know, he's chosen as an actor to make such interesting films, such challenging films, from Beach Rats to Triangle of Sadness to Babygirl. And so it's kind of cool to see, like, this is where that has all led him with his own first feature.
Yeah, just based on his work as an actor, you knew he wasn't going to come out with like a fluffy rom-com as his first go. If anything, this is in the sort of fucking grim school of, like, I remember in the same year, Tim Roth and Gary Oldman made their directorial debuts with The War Room and Nil by Mouth, which are great, but like so depressing. And this one is also like pretty great, but really depressing. Yeah, it's a movie about addiction where it is about the addict's, you know, dealing with his own health issues and you know, his disease, but also about a system that is ill-equipped to really provide him with the help that he needs. You know, I think the UK, it's like the US a lot now, where it's screw the people who actually need stuff. Let's make sure billionaires don't pay taxes, you know? And so you get these very overworked social workers who are kind of trying to like guide this guy into whatever the next part of his life is. But it's you know, when he slips, it begins this sort of spiral of you know, of things falling apart. I think there are a few moments where Dickinson maybe overplays his hand a little. the choice of the karaoke song. There's a part later on where like Dillane's character, where Mike is having a meltdown in this like mini mart, and there's a big sign behind him that says, "Can't find what you're looking for." It's like, oh, calm down, Harris Dickinson. We get it, you know. But no, I think you're right. He does really capture this world in a very gritty and totally unglamorous kind of way. There's a lot of, you know, I think Dillane is carrying the movie. He's pretty much never not on camera. I am mainly familiar with him from Fear the Walking Dead, but he's been in a bunch of stuff, and he is, you know, the son of actor Stephen Dillane. Yeah, I think it's an auspicious debut. I do want to see where Dickinson goes from here on this side of the camera. I hope he doesn't give up acting, because I think he's really good at that too. Yeah. But it's great that he has this sort of in his quiver as well.
I understand just from reading about this film that a lot of it was inspired by Harris Dickinson's own experiences in working with charities, like charities for the unhoused in Britain. Okay. And so he wanted to tell that story in a way that was honest, that would grab people and felt human. And this Mike character really does. He's very complicated. And there's like a gleam in his eye, like a little flint in his eye that you can see like a better path for him, but he cannot get out of his own way. And so when he's charming people, like you're rooting for this guy to figure it out. When he seems like he's going to be okay, you know, little victories here and there, getting a job, picking up trash, like whatever it is, you can see like the better version of him that is out there. And when he does horrible things and is, you know, when he abandons people, when he is abusive to people, you know, you still are kind of rooting for him to figure it out, because you have seen that glimmer of like that spark of hope within him.
It hurts more because you know that this character is not beyond redemption. You know, if he were just, you know, a piece of shit the whole time, then the ups and downs would mean nothing. But the ups take you to a place where you think, okay, you can do this, you can get there. There are ways for you to get over this hump into the next part. And so when he falls short of that, it's like, it's all the more heartbreaking, because you have a fuller understanding that he's not just a statistic, that he is this person dealing with his stuff, you know?
Yeah. And Harris Dickinson in a small role in this is very good too.
Yeah.
And it's a great example of like how he will choose kind of a grungy role for himself. Like Scrapper was kind of like that too. Like looking like he looks and clearly having all of this talent, it'd be really easy to do very like heroic, glamorous stuff. Yeah. But he chooses these gritty roles and these gritty films, and I admire that so much about him. So even in a couple of scenes, like his relationship with the Mike character is very clear as to what it is and what they see each other in terms of their ability to survive on the streets.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. No, Harris Dickinson could have been the next Hugh Grant if he'd wanted to, but clearly has zero interest in doing that. And, you know, more power to him. I think his work is fascinating as an actor and now as a writer director.
Yeah. He's not even 30.
Die.
And he can do all of this. So I will say an 8.5. This is a really strong debut, and I can't wait to see what else Harris Dickinson wants to do behind the camera.
Yeah, I'm there too. Yeah, 8.5. That sounds right. And so yeah, this is very impressive. And kudos, Mr. Dickinson. We'll see what you give us next.
Check it out.